In a quiet little town in Oregon, there lived a young man named Ethan. On the surface, his life seemed pretty perfect. He had a decent job at a small company, a cozy apartment, and a stable routine that most people would envy. But behind closed doors, Ethan was quietly falling apart. His mind was a relentless chatterbox. It just never stopped talking. Every single night he'd find himself replaying old memories. He'd cycle through every mistake, every regret, every single thing he wished he could go back and change. And once his mind was done with the past, it would jump straight to the future. He'd worry about bills, the ever-increasing pressure at work, and his aging parents. Sleep became a luxury he couldn't afford, and peace felt like a distant, impossible dream. One afternoon, a friend noticed how worn out he looked and said, "Ethan, you should go see the old monk who lives near the river. People around here say he has a special way of helping troubled souls find peace." Desperate for a change, Ethan decided to give it a try. The very next morning, he packed a small bag and set off on his journey. After hours of walking through a dense, quiet forest, he finally arrived at a small hut nestled beside a clear, flowing river. Outside, an old monk sat with a serene expression, quietly polishing a simple clay bowl. He looked calm, gentle, and as timeless as the river itself. Ethan approached cautiously and bowed. "Master," he began, his voice trembling slightly, "my mind never rests. I'm so tired. All I want is a little bit of peace." The monk looked up, and a soft, knowing smile spread across his face. He gently handed Ethan an empty bamboo basket. "Go and fill this with stones," he said. "Let each stone you pick represent one of your worries." Ethan did as he was told. He started picking up stones from the riverbank, one for his past mistakes, another for his failures, one for his fears about the future, one for every single worry that plagued his mind. Soon, the basket became incredibly heavy, and his hands began to tremble under the weight. The monk then pointed to a steep hill nearby. "Now," he said, "carry this basket to the top." Ethan started to climb. The path was steep and rugged. His breath grew heavy, his arms burned from the strain, and sweat dripped down his forehead. When he finally, painstakingly, reached the top, he dropped the basket with a loud thud. Panting, he gasped, "It feels like I just carried an entire mountain on my shoulders." The monk, who had followed him up, nodded slowly. "That's exactly what you do every single day," he said gently. "Each thought, each regret, each what if, you carry them all inside you. It's no wonder you feel so tired." He paused, then gestured to the basket. "Now throw one stone away." Ethan picked up a stone and tossed it over the edge of the hill. Then he threw another and another. One by one, he started letting go of the heavy stones, and with every single one that fell and disappeared down the hillside, he felt his heart grow a little bit lighter. He kept going until the basket was completely empty. Standing there at the top of the hill, the wind gently brushing his face, and the river whispering its song below, Ethan felt something he hadn't felt in years. Silence. His mind was quiet. The monk looked at him and said, "Peace is not found when your thoughts completely disappear. Peace is found when you stop carrying the ones that don't belong to this present moment." As Ethan walked back down the hill, the setting sun painted the sky in brilliant shades of gold and orange. The basket in his hand was empty, but for the first time in a very long time, his heart was full. This story is a beautiful reminder for all of us. How many stones are you carrying in your own basket today? Maybe it's time to set some of them down. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content to help you find your own peace.